Hey everyone, next up we have Nathan, and he shares his experience transitioning from a sport of boxing, still a solo sport just like lifting would be, into a strength-based sport. Shares a bit of experience on what he thought it would be like and the things that's really brought out the most of his training, and a little bit about the culture as well. So he is quite a competent boxer, and he has switched over to strength training, and any of you athletes out there, he might be able to relate, and he shares his experience on how nutrition and technique has helped him get the most results out of strength training.
Yeah, cool. So the transition from boxing to strength training has been a really interesting journey for me. Originally, I started strength training because I thought it would assist my boxing, increase my boxing power. And I was always worried it would come at the detriment of speed, agility, fitness, that kind of thing. So doing both cardio training and strength training took a lot of motivation, which getting a PT really helped me with. So it was hard some days to do boxing training and then also come and do my strength training. So I'd message my PT and get that bit of extra motivation, someone to push me. I fell in love with strength training because of the accessibility. I think there's a lot of intimidation when it comes to boxing, especially because it's a physical sport, like combat sport, and also a high-risk sport. Whereas I think with strength training, it's very accessible to anybody. You can come, you can get a PT, you can work with lifting weights. You're not putting your body in the way of harm, and I think it is a different culture. Another big part for me was going from boxing, you're kind of emphasized to stay very lean, and that usually came at the detriment of my eating habits. I didn't feel strong, I didn't feel energetic. As I transitioned to strength training, engaged in hypertrophy and adding mass to my body, I felt my energy levels increase hugely. My eating habits became a lot better and also a bit more strict. So that to me was a really good part of strength training that I embraced quite heavily.
And what's the main thing that you sort of take away that initially you thought it'd be a certain way, and then there's actually been a big focus on X?
Yeah, so I mean, when you look at strength training from a very basic outside view, it looks very much come, pick up a heavy weight, and pick up heavy weights as you go. For me, I started with my PT, Brad. We did a screening session where I did pick up some heavy weights. I think I started with a 100 kilo deadlift. And then when it came to my program, we moved to a 60 kilo deadlift. And it was 8 weeks just working on my form and learning that technique. And as I learned that technique, I felt my performance increase massively. I think I was talking to Brad about it last week, just my increase in my ability to bench. My weight's moving really good now because I've finally gotten that technique up to another level. So the technique has been a huge aspect of strength training that I don't think I expected as much of. Everyone says that the culture at XGYM here with UHP is great. But I think for me the most important part of that really good culture is that I can walk up to anyone and I can ask for help. Just last week I asked a different trainer to help me with my low bar squats because it's something I struggled with and my trainer wasn't available. I can go up to anyone, ask for a spot, and they're more than happy to help out. If someone sees you and they see that you're struggling, they'll come and offer their help, not in a forceful manner, but just there to offer it if you need it. And I think that's the biggest part of the culture for me that's important and improves my training. Thanks, bro.
Thank you. That was good.
Thanks, bro. Coach Melvin. He's making a comeback.
Yeah.